the innovation support. And then, we're gonna see the recent plant touch, donc le plant touch, which we may be interested to you because of your activities in Creative Valley.
Okay, so first of all, just a little general overview about BPI. So BPI was created in December 2012, and it's half part public and half part private. And we have 3 different entities, as you can see, in financing, investment, and export, international part. So Martin and I work for financing part. And we are in every region in France, so in 48 offices. And in each region, you have an innovation officer. So for us, we are in Paris, but you also have that in everywhere, actually. Just a minute. And then, well, as you can see, here it's the financing continuum. So you have innovation, it's the part who will interest us today. But you also have financing possibilities in BPI and guarantees, equity investment, and things like that. So in innovation, we will support individual and collaborative innovation projects, more specifically R&D, so research and development aid. And we will financing for industrial and commercial launch, or even via equity acquisition. So we have grants, refundable advances, loan, and a lot of things, and we will present that in the second part.
So now we're going to do a focus with the innovation support. So as Camille just said, we have different kind of aids and supports in Bpifrance. The first one is innovation aids, which are for research and development projects. It's for building an offer or product, and that can be a grant or loan or a refundable advance. So every kind of this support depends on the maturity of your business. So to follow, you have the seed loans, the prêt d'amorçage ou prêt d'amorçage investissement in French. It's more cash position strengthening for more flexibility to grow. So this kind of loan is a long-term loan with, for example, 3 years deferred repayment in order to let you time before have to repay your loan. So it's from 50,000 euros and to 1 million. And the last loan we got in the innovation financing solution is a pre-innovation, and it's for more industrial and commercial launch. And it's quite the same at the first innovation aids, but with amount a little bit more important, to 100,000 to 5 million euros, for example. Okay, and so now it's the most interesting financial support for you is this slide, because we're gonna talk about grants. The 2 main financing tools to foster entrepreneurship are, the first one is the PIA with a grant of 30,000 euros. It's a solution by Bpifrance and the city of Paris. And to be eligible for this grant, you must be incubated in an incubator approved by the city of Paris. For example, you have the incubators like Paris & Co, or the most known are Pépinière 27, for example. So that's the first one grant, and the second one is an InnovUp. So it's quite the same, but with the Région Île-de-France. And this one is you need to, during the program of innovation, you need to hire 2 trainees, for example, to be eligible to this grant. Which support? So these grants are for a research and development project for the feasibility or a proof of concept. And that can be a technological or a non-technological innovation, for example, a product, a process, a service. And the kind of expenses we can support you are, for example, salaries of a research and development team. That can be a designer web, a developer, for example. And that's it. So if you have any question, we go further at the end.
Okay, so after the feasibility phases, you have some loan and refundable advance for development phase. So it's not the same, but it's also supports R&D project, but in development phase. And so it's for technological and non-technological innovation too. And it's for the loan and for the refundable advance, it's quite the same. You have up to 12 to 24 months for the R&D program, and you don't have interest for refundable advance. It's for loan and refundable advance, it's from 100,000 euros and 2 million. We will take in charge 45% of the R&D project expense. It can be salaries for research and development team, outsourcing, and things like that. For the refundable advance, it's in 2 times. You have 2 times disbursement. At the beginning, you have 70%, and at the end of the project, it's 30%. You must justify your expenses. And for repayment, it begins at the end of the R&D program. Classically, it's 2 to 3 years after. And after the beginning of the project, and it's over a period of 4 to 5 years. So most of the time it's 3 years for R&D, and repayment 5 years after.
Okay, and to finish, we're gonna make a focus on the plan touch. This plan is to support the most ambitious and creative projects that encourage the emergence of young innovative and creative startups. So it's in order to reaffirming the French cultural and creative industries, so ICC. So the French Touch is composed of 6 verticals to form powerful and radiant ensemble. So we can have, for example, cinema and audiovisual, fashion and design, video games, edition, visual arts and arts of living, and music and live performance. So that kind of activities you can have in Creative Valley. And so the financing continuum of this French Touch plan is quite the same as Camille has presented to you at the beginning of the presentation. So first of all, you have the feasibility of the project with, for example, grants from 13 to 30 to 50,000 euros. Then once you have a MVP, you develop your solution, and you have some financing solution like prêt à l'innovation and but Touch. and then you have the commercialization and the growth, and we can help you at each of these steps of your activities. So that was quite fast. I hope it was clear. We'll let you our contact in order to answer your question. So the request is digital. It's quite simple. You will be you can have a direct exchange with a qualified contact, and then you have a single point of contact once you go on this address. You can be in contact, for example, with Camille or with me after.
Or someone else in our team. Do you have any question about all of that?
Thank you, Camille and Martin, for this presentation. I hope it was clear for everyone. And yes, I'm pretty sure you must have some questions, so you can turn on your micro or write it on the chat. Don't hesitate to ask questions. It's the moment.
Hello, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll put my mic on. Sorry. Ariane, regarding the form to get in touch, I filled it twice already. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll speak English so that everybody can understand. And like every time I get the answer that they redirect me to another website, or my file was closed because it was not in the correct, I don't know, segment. And they tell me to open a new file and request a new contract. Well, so far I did the process twice and I didn't get a contact.
On this email address, it was a...
I don't know, maybe I used the professional email address, but it's for the Meno Rebel company.
Just tell me the name of the company.
Meno Rebel, like menopause, but only Meno Rebel, like a rebel.
Meno Rebel. Okay, I will see. Because sometimes if the startup is not created.
Oh, it was created. Okay. Yes, the first time they told me, no, you're not created yet. You need to do the other file. And I was like, but I gave you my CRET number. So. But I don't want to take everybody's time, but maybe I can like reach out to you later.
Maybe you can write me an email.
Yes, what's your email?
And you just put my Camille point. Yeah. I think you have it on the, no, you don't have it on the Zoom invitation. Camille point.
Maybe
I can write it.
Yeah, maybe you can just share with Ariane.
I send it in
an email, and I will search.
Thank you.
Okay, I just chat.
Hello, I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my camera doesn't work, but my question is: do we need to be incorporated to benefit from the grant, and especially if we're incubated with the Creative Valley?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's Innova program, or how does it work?
For an Innovap, you don't need to be incorporated.
Okay.
It's just for the PIA, Paris Innovation Amorçage. You need. I know it's not. It's not. It's not for you, I think, PIA, but for Innovap, you don't need to be incorporated. It's quite the same. It's feasibility. It's 30,000 euros, and you just have the Région Île-de-France just has to two stagiaires, two
trainees.
So So I need
Sorry
to
for me.
hire 2 trainees. So how
Yeah.
can I hire 2 trainees if I'm not incorporated? So I can do it with my incubator, or how does it work? Do I need to hire the trainees before applying, or how does it work?
No,
Because-
no. When you will complete the file for the Innova program, you will have a document where they will ask you to just sign something saying I will take 2 trainees when I will have the grant during 2 months or 5 months or.
And the region Île-de-France will help you to
find them.
Mm. And it's 2 trainees for 2 months.
Okay. And is there like
at the end of the process to have this grant, once Bpifrance say yes and the Région Île-de-France say yes, you have to sign this document, and the region will help you to find them.
Okay. And so is there like a deadline? Is it like a program, or I can apply for the grant whenever I want? And
you can apply whenever you want.
Okay.
We have this type of grant and loan and everything we just present here. We have that during all the year. It's not there's no deadline, and when you submit your file, you can modify it after. It's not a problem with us. It's when we will study this file, we will ask you questions and things like that during the process.
There are 3 things that Bpifrance and the region will see. It's the commercial traction, if you have some chiffre d'affaires, and for the financial health of your company, to see if you are able to reimburse the loan, or if it's a loan or the grant, and the third is the innovation of your activity.
Okay, so I need to have I'm sorry if I'm taking so much time, but so just to clarify, so I need to have traction for my product. So if I'm in the MVP phase and development phase, so I'm not eligible, or so what are the eligibility criteria to be what is the exact eligibility criteria?
Well, we don't have exact eligibility criteria, because it's when we analyze it's 360 analyze. We have some well, for example, you must be a company. It's we cannot give grant for a physical person. You must
for a question about the commercial traction, it depends, because the activity of your company, because if it's a deep tech company, for example, the commercial traction will take a long time to have. But we will see if you have, for example, some sales prospect or some partners for your company. It's just to be sure that your solution is okay for the market, and that some people are interested in your solution. But it's not a very strict.
Okay, so to summarize, because I'm a little confused about something. So to get the grant, I must be incorporated, but to get the loan, I don't have to be incorporated. Is that so? And because you just said that you don't give grants to physical persons, so what's the deal?
Yeah, you for loan grants for everything you must to be incorporated but not incubated. But you must be incorporated in company.
Okay.
We can do intervention on physical person, only moral person. So you must create the company, and after that we can study a file for giving you a grant or a loan or refundable advance. It depends.
So if I am incubated, I don't have to be incorporated,
No,
but
no,
if
you must be incorporated too. In every time you must be incorporated. If you are not incorporated, we will just give you the contact of Bpifrance Creation for create the company. The only difference between PEA and Innovap, for PEA you must be incubated with specific incubators. But for Innovap, it's not the case, and for loan too, and for refundable advance too. I don't know if it's clear.
Okay. So I must be incorporated, but it depends on the incubation, whether I'm with Paris or the Région Île-de-France.
For incubation, not for incorporation.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. We have
it's clear.
Yes, I think it's clear.
Okay.
We have a lot
Sorry,
of
it's because
questions.
we have a bad English accent.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We have a lot of questions in the chat. Some are similar with the one that Anwar asked. Yes, I let you read it. And Issam, I saw that you raise your hand, but we first answer the chat.
So do we need to immatriculate the company before requesting grant? That the question is yes. Do we need to have incomes before requesting the grants?
It depends.
It depends of the activity and of the step of your company. How extensive and long term does the financial plan needs to be the request funding? For the first grants, we ask a 1 year treasury plan, so 1 year. Sorry.
And for loan and for refundable advance, we have 2 years.
It's better to ask for. Can we ask for seed loan only one time? No, you can for the seed loan only one time. It's not the case. You can ask every kind of our support many times. Some innovation aids are aimed at deep tech startups.
Yeah, we didn't present a deep tech plan, but yeah, you have some aids for deep tech startups. You have BFTE and ADD. Where you're not, we don't recognize deep tech company. It's about the project. So when you present a project, if it's deep tech, if the project is deep tech, you can have this type of heads. But if it's not deep tech, for example, I don't know if you I don't know if you present a project with not deep tech, we cannot give you this type of grants or loan. When you submit your file, and when we think it's deep tech, we will just complete a questionnaire, and we will send it to an expertise at the BPI. and they will validate or not validate the deep tech, if the deep tech character, if the project is deep tech or not.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Is it better to ask for, can we ask it for seed loan only one time, but a big amount, or can we ask a couple of times in case? You can do both. The idea is to follow a fundraising when you ask a seed loan, so it can be before or after, and you can do it during all your fundraising, so the Series A, Series B, or pre-seed or seed, and at this time we can put a seed loan. It depends not of one big amount, or it depends of the activity and to the company.
What type of expenses can be covered by the French Touch grant? Well, it really depends of your project. The idea of this plan is to finance some expenses who are not covered by research and development project loan and grants, classical loan. So it can be design, it can be
prototype.
It can be it depends. If you make videos, it's not the same than if you just make a product. So it depends. But it's the idea of that is to be a little bit a little bit more big, wider of yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. But we can begin the process.
No. So you cannot begin the process before the company registration, except for PIA, Paris Innovation Amorçage. If you have some for PIA Fab, you don't need to be incubated.
Yes.
So
the PIA Fab is quite the same as the PIA, but it's for startups which makes a product, and it's for a pre-series or industrialization of a prototype, for example. And the question was before the company registration. So it's better if your company is registered. Where can we find the list of incubator?
We don't have a list of incubator. Well, we have it, but we cannot give it to you. But when you will contact Bpifrance on the email, you will have a person like us who will ask you and who can give you some contacts in incubator. For example, if you have a project in well-being, you have Paris & Co, you have Paris & Co Take Care, you have I don't know, if you have a project in sports, you have Le Tremplin, you have some specific incubator. So, but your financing manager will give it to you once you will contact him.
Okay, I'm sorry if I wanted to ask. Okay. I already got my PIA. I was contacted by the person who examined my documents to get the 9 left, but it has been free in plan. Okay, so Felania, you can recontact the innovation manager if you have the name of this person. How much time does the process take from beginning to finishing? Okay, so for a grant, you have to it passes three months or 2 months before you have the money on your account. the instruction of your dose of your activity will last 1 month, and after it, we have 1 month with the administrative things, and 2 months you have the money.
Yeah, it's about 2 to 3 months. It depends.
Only loans. For Touch program, is it?
No, you also have grants for Touch program too. It's quite the same than PIA and Innovep, but it's called BFT, and you don't have to be incubated or to hire trainees. It's just the difference, but it's also a maximum of 30,000 euros, and that's it.
The first follow to ask for a grant. Do we need to book an appointment with you, or can we do it online directly? So Margot, you have to go directly on our online website, and with the contact we give to you.
Yeah, contact@bpifrance.fr.
So yes, it's online, and then you will have a person to recontact you, and then you have to we can start the process.
Okay, thank you a lot for all your answers. For those who ask, we have registered the workshop, so if you want to see back some slides or things like that, you will have the replay. And maybe to finish, there is Issam who's waiting with his hand raised. So Issam, you can talk.
Thank you. Just thank you for all the information and the details shared today. I have a question. By incorporated, you mean that we have some kind of form that we should respect, like LLP, SASU, SARL, EURL, or can we be a micro-enterprise with having a serial link to our own name? So it have to be a corporation with the action and stuff like that, like an LLP.
You have to have a CRN and the URL, and we ask, for example, some documents like the CABIS, the statutes of.
Yes. Okay. So not micro enterprise.
Yes.
And the second question back to that is, we have already incorporated a company that works on have some incomes, and the project we are incubating is a product from this company. Is it okay, or we need to incorporate a new company for the project?
It depends, but I think
it's
no.
up to you.
Okay.
You can create a new company, or you can stay on the same company. It depends.
Yes.
If it's a company project, or
we can accompany a project in a big in a company which have a lot of different projects.
Perfect. Thanks a million.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Maybe there's a last question of Anwar.
Yeah.
Bpifrance.
Well, I'm not sure about that, because I'm not working in BP creation, but I think they just help you and give you advice for creating your company, but that's it. There is no financing part on things like that. I don't know if it's answer to the question.